Hey there, this is Rajat here from StartupFrat, and today I'm bringing you section 2, chapter 2 of the product packaging secrets. And today what we're going to talk about is what exactly do you need to do if you already have a product line, or if you have a skill like you're a doctor, lawyer, chartered accountant, or you have a skill in the corporate sector like you're an HR person, finance person, or you're already a small business owner, dealing in certain kinds of products. Then how do you do product combination? How do you do product packaging, right? So there are essentially two types of product packaging in the market today that are very, very successful, and both of them work at scale. One of them is definitely going wide, and the other is going deep. Okay, so I'll just write these down while we talk about them, and I'll also be reading from my notes, just so I don't go wrong and waste your time and everything. And then we can have a discussion on this, like a live probably meeting sometime tomorrow. Okay, so what are the two major concepts? You go wide and you go deep. Okay, so what should be your product positioning in the market? What should be a product positioning in the market so that you collect the maximum value from the market while also providing the maximum value to the customer, and thus ensuring that regardless of whether times are good or bad, you have your products are successful, you have a little bit of flexibility, and just like the billionaires do, right? Every time money is released into the market or the economy is growing or whatever it is, at that point you can really reel in the big fish and make sure you collect a lot of wealth for yourself. Okay, so how do you do that? See, business works the best at scale. Business works the best at scale, which means you're growing the business 10%, 20%, or hopefully more than that, 50% to 100% every year, right? Now, every business type has certain secrets that allows it to scale. Every business type has certain secrets that allow it to scale. And if you miss those secrets, what happens is you will be in business, you will probably even be well known in your area, in your customer community or something like that, but it will not allow you to scale, and the ravages of time hit the business is going to get hurt. Okay, the business is going to get hurt. And I'm going to give you live examples in this training. So how does a wide product portfolio work? How does a wide product portfolio work? Okay, so what a wide product portfolio does is every product basically solves a problem for the customer. Okay, and then you want to make sure that you're known for that line of product as wide as you can go, which means you get everything under the sun in that product line. So that typically works very well in the retail scenario. How does it work? So let me give you an example of a chemist. Okay, or a hardware and electrical store. Okay, hardware and electrical store, or a chemist. A chemist is known for having all of the things that are related to health, medicines for certain diseases and things like that, right? Even skincare, shampoos and things like that. So all of these things chemists keep. So it is very well known that if you want to buy something for your health, or if you have a prescription from a doctor, the place to go is a chemist. So what happens is that they are known as the place to go. Okay, the place to go. The name doesn't matter which chemist it is MedPlus or MedCure or any one of these other brands or something, or even if it's a local chemist or something. Okay, people in the area know that this is the shop where I have to go to get any health related stuff. Similarly, a hardware and electrical store, I need anything for my plumbing, I need anything for my electronics, electricals or something, I need to go to the hardware electrical store. They're going to have what I need. Okay, so this is called a wide product portfolio, which means if anybody wants something in hardware, you are the person to go to, or electricals, you are the person to go to. If anybody wants something, anything at all, any brand, multi-brand, they want anything in the health or sickness sector, you're the person to go to. It doesn't matter what brand you stock, you make a commission on everything. You don't have your own personal brand, except for the fact that you have your own reputation in the area where people know that this is the person to go to. Okay, similarly, you have something which is called product depth. Okay, what is the product depth? Product depth is more results oriented. Okay, depth is more results oriented, which means what problem are you going to solve? And these are typically long-standing complex problems. Okay, long-standing complex problems that you're solving. So for example, let's take the example of a gym. Okay, what is the difference between a gym and a chemist? Okay, a gym solves a complex problem, which is health. Okay, which is people taking care of their own health rather than the sickness market, right? So what does a gym really do? You've got all kinds of things over there. People want to have healthy diet, people want to have healthy exercise. There are various types of exercises, various types of workouts, various types of regimens. There is yoga, there is calisthenics, there is weightlifting, there is bodybuilding, there is high intensity interval training, there is long distance marathon running, swimming, etc. Right? So you've got diet, you've got exercise, and the third thing is a lot of times you will find that these things are community driven. Why community driven? Because they are complex problems to solve. The long-standing motivation required to crack the code, okay, the long-standing motivation required to crack the code is only to be found in hanging out with like-minded people. Okay, it's only to be found in hanging out with like-minded people in a like-minded conducive environment. Okay, so I'll just write like-minded people, LMP. Okay, and then I write CE, which is a conducive environment. The environment should be something that encourages the user to keep on keeping on till the goals are achieved, right? So how does the product portfolio of a gym look like? They have the infrastructure for sure. They have the actual gym. Okay, then they have other co-working spaces, a space that can be used for yoga, and you will find on the walls they have these rock climbing things built in today's gyms, right? So people want to do these full body exercises like rock climbing, you have the thing built on the wall, and then you have functional exercise like those tires that you turn and all of those things. Okay, so yoga plus other formats. And then what do you have? So they will usually have different membership options. If you want to have access only to the gym, but you want to do it only afternoon time, in the downtime, then there's a different price, there's a cheaper price. If you want to have 24 hours access to the gym, the full membership is typically higher price. Then if you want to have a yoga and other format, they'll have certain add-ons. And then they have value-added services like if you can take a training, personalized training. Okay, that's an add-on, more expensive. And then you have something like supplements. Okay, and in order to bring the community together, they have like a monthly challenge or something like that, or they'll have a 3-month challenge twice a year. Okay, which will talk about the biggest largest loser challenge or whatever it is, right? So which means people who lose the highest amount of weight within the challenge period, they will get felicitated, they'll get a prize or something like that. Okay, and then they have other community events centered around the gym, which will be like parties and things like that. Okay, so this thing, it goes deep, which basically means there is a product for everyone regardless of how deep they are in the game, which basically means if I'm just exploring, then I can take an afternoon membership to the swimming pool, or I can take an afternoon membership and just come to the treadmill and basically walk on the treadmill for a little while, and after a while I feel better. I say, okay, I've been able to do this, I've been able to attend it, now I want to go, I want to come in the mornings, I want to do some weightlifting. I can actually pay them more money, convert my membership into a full access, which means I can come any time of the day. So I'll come at 6 a.m., which is the rush hour, and at that time, I'm going to be doing some weightlifting. There's going to be a different set of people who are going to be available in the morning doing those things. So I have that environment built in at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever. Okay. And then I say, okay, this was good. I've learned some things. There's so many things I don't understand. What do I need to do? I'll take a personal trainer for a month. That costs another 7, 8, 10,000 rupees extra or something like that, right? And the trainer gets you going. And by the 3rd day or 4th day, they'll ask you, well, what do you do for diet? We have, a free diet plan. And then we have some supplements, or you can buy a diet plan from a nutritionist for 3 months, and then you can have some supplements to supplement that diet plan. And the supplements will obviously cost you about 5 to 10,000 rupees a month, depending on how many months you want to take the regimen, right? So this is a depth, which means over a period of time, you get more and more motivated to achieve higher and higher level of goal, and they have a product line to support all of that. Okay. Now there are certain product lines, like they have the challenges, like they have maybe they're part of a marathon or something like that. Is everybody going to be using that product line? No, probably less than 10% of the customers are using that product line. What is the initial product line, which is, you can have an afternoon membership, come here, do some treadmill, whatever. Okay, and that is probably the cheapest product line. You can pay 2,000-3,000 rupees a month for that, right? And then they have this whole, what do you call, a product funnel, where different product lines attract different types of customers. On each of them, the deeper the customer goes, the higher the profit for the establishment. Okay, over here this is reputation based. The more number of, over a period of time, the more number of customers seem to have you at the top of their mind. Okay, where do you want to go to for a chemist? Where do you want to go to for tablets? Where do you want to go to for hardware? Where do you want to go to for electricals? The more mind space you build over a period of time, that is your secret, to making money over the long term, to make long-term profits. Yeah. So what are the costs involved? What are the different costs involved? And how do you actually make the profits and attract the wealth over long periods of time? The cost over here is inventory cost. Okay. Inventory cost. You have to keep lots and lots of stuff in-house so that every time somebody wants a bunch of different things, you're there to supply them, right? Over a period of time, as your reputation grows, what happens is that the customer acquisition cost, okay, this is the big cost over here. This cost doesn't really exist because this is kind of more based on reputation. You don't really see a chemist sending out flyers, although some of them will. Restaurants will actually send out flyers and everything. Okay, so customer acquisition cost, which means they don't really spend on attracting people. They don't really spend on putting banners up. They don't really spend on putting pamphlets into newspapers and things like that. But what typically happens is that all of the cost, 80% of the cost, is going in stocking the equipment that you have to buy on cash basis, right? And the amount of equipment that moves, you actually reinvest in replenishing that over a period of time. You figure out what is it that people of this area require, and those are the stocks I need to keep. The other ones I don't need to keep, right? Inventory is the big cost. Over here, in the depth, definitely if you're running like a gym or something, then infrastructure is a big cost. Infrastructure is a big cost, which means the actual setup of the gym and those tires and those little things. So you have to build it once, and the initial cost could be high. And then the customer acquisition costs are also high, because a gym is not the kind of place where people go to by default. They have to be attracted to come to the gym, right? They have to be attracted to come to the gym. So I'll just write customer acquisition costs over here. Okay, and then over a period of time, since they're solving complex problems, once a person likes getting healthy, they're happy about it, they keep paying because they want to be part of that community. They want to have access to the gym, and they want to keep doing those activities. So you'll see that only their top 10% or top 5% customers over a period of time will stick with them for a lifetime, and those 5%, 10% customers are enough to keep the establishment running for long periods of time. Okay, so you have customer acquisition costs are high. There is not a whole lot of inventory cost over here. Okay, but there are some secrets. There are some strengths and weaknesses that I will read out from my notes and tell you, how these things, what are the little secrets that help these businesses stay in business, or probably get out of business after a certain period of time. Okay, so the 3 secrets that keep a width-based business in business is, what is the first one? The scale. Okay, I'm going to be talking about these in great detail. Scale of product line. Product line as well as customers. Yeah, scale. The second thing is customer service. Third thing is convenience. Okay. Scale of products, customer service, and convenience. And what is the little secret? I'm going to talk to you about the biggest little secret that will make or break your business, that I'll talk to in five minutes. Okay, scale of product line. There is no point going to a hardware store if 1 in 3 times they don't have what you want. There is no point going to a chemist store if 1 in 3 times they don't have what you want. Okay, people don't like to do that. Okay, people don't like to do that. So a lot of times, a store that does not have the scale of product line will need to be very strong in customer service. You say, what do you need? well, I need X, Y, and Z. I don't have it right now, but give me your address. I will have a person bring it over to your doorstep within 2 hours, 3 hours, by tomorrow morning, whatever. Yeah. So the customer service also has to be strong, or the product scale of product line has to be strong. Why? Because people don't like wasting their time getting out of their house, going to the chemist or going to the hardware store, and then they don't find what they want. Okay, it's a complete waste of their time. So customer service has to be strong, and the scale of product line has to be strong. Okay, either they get everything that they want. You will see a lot of different chemists in the area, but everybody, pretty much 80% of the people, go to one particular chemist as their default for their medicines, for their kind of grocery items like shampoos and skincare stuff and stuff like that. Why? Because they have everything that these people need. Okay. And then the second thing is definitely customer service needs to be very strong, because these kind of businesses are very, very prevalent in India. Very, very prevalent in India. Why? Because the real estate is highly optimized. If you see a good chemist store or hardware store, they'll have a little shop. It'll be filled to the brim with everything. This person just has a little 2x2 space to sit, and on that little stool they sit all day long. So the real estate is optimized. So what they do is for essentials like hardware or electricals, or for chemists or groceries, they know that the business exists because India is a populated and growing country. They know that the footfall is going to be there. So you will see over a period of time many different chemists in the same shopping center, couple of different hardware and electrical stores. So it's a competitive business. So what's going to work is either the scale of product line, which means everybody knows that this is the person who's likely to have everything I need, and every time I go to the store they always have it. Okay, they always have it. And the second thing that they need to have is customer service or convenience, which means you can pay me via Paytm, you can pay me via cash, I'll always have the change. You can give me a 2,000 rupee note, I'll always have the change. People over a period of time will gravitate away from the stores where they say give me exact change, or I don't have this payment method. Just basic convenience, and then customer service, how they interact with you and things like that. Do they have the trust? Do they have replaceability of items? And I come originally from Delhi, where they say the standard answer of every chemist is दीदी लेके जाओ ना, नहीं पसंद आया वापस दे देना, चेंज कर लेना, right? Which basically means you just take what you want. If you don't like it, bring it back, I'll exchange it. That is the level of customer service that will keep people loyal to you, for a long period of time. Now, in the online world, how does that work, and what are the risks that we don't see in this business? Okay, so let me come to the final secret, which is customer behavior. Okay, I'll just write this in big bold: customer behavior. Okay, if you notice, what happens in the online world is a hyper accelerated form of business progress, which means in the online world it takes very less time, and it's very, very visible on who's winning, who's losing, and it's a very fast time before people go out of business. So if you see, there were hundreds and hundreds of e-commerce companies in India before Amazon came in. There was Flipkart. Everybody knows about Flipkart. Everybody knows about Myntra. But we don't know about the hundreds of different e-commerce companies that used to operate, that would give out their ads on Facebook, where different companies were selling cell phones, all kinds of cell phones and all of that. There were hundreds of e-commerce companies in India, and today either all of them are making losses, or all of them are getting sold to foreign giants like Flipkart is. Okay, so what is the big secret is customer behavior. Okay, and what is customer behavior? Which is what products I need to keep. What is it that customers in India like, or customers in this city like? What do I need to, how do I need to service them? What are their different wants and needs that I can supply that cannot be measured in money? And then what is the convenience that I'm providing these guys? Okay, so customer behavior. So what typically happens is, over a period of time, word gets around that it's in 1 in 3 times we can't find stuff at this particular guy. Word gets around that this particular guy doesn't take this form of payments, very difficult to get refunds, returns, etc. And this particular guy doesn't have the right inventory, etc. Over a period of time, people start gravitating away from the business. Now, this is a very low margin business. Why? Because all of the money is going right back into the inventory. Very low margin business, because you're not the product manufacturer yourself. You cannot control the margin on things. It's pretty much, the other companies that are stocking their stuff at your place that are controlling the margin. So very, very less margin game, maybe 10 to 15%. Okay, 10 to 15% margin. Now, what happens is that as behavior starts to gravitate away from you, that the customer preference starts to gravitate away from you, the profits are eroded and you're very, very likely to go out of business, very, very likely to go out of business. If you see e-commerce, which is the internet form of a chemist store, a grocery store, hardware and electrical store, or whatever the E form of that, you will see that the moment Amazon came, they had a better scale of product line, which means anything that you order that is made in India, made in China, made in Brazil, made in US, you can browse it through the algorithm and they will deliver it to you. The second thing is the customer service is basically next to none. Next to none. Even at 2 o'clock in the night, if you just search a product, okay, where is this product of mine? You can hit that button, they will call you on your phone, even at 2 o'clock in the night, and they will sort out your problem for you. There was this case that happened just about 1 month back. I'd ordered some embedded LED lights and all for my terrace and everything, and the lights got 4 days delayed and my electrician was supposed to come. I just kept calling them couple of days saying, I just need this order today. I know it's 4 days out. Can you do anything about it? And they made sure I got it. I don't know how they did it, but they made sure I got it, right? And then the last thing is definitely is convenience, which is in the old days, if you had to order anything that is available only in America, but you need it, you will have to order it and then they will charge you the shipping extra, and then you don't know how much the customs is going to cost. So if you order something via Aramex or something like that from the US, some shopping you did abroad or something like that, then till the last point, you don't know what date it will arrive and you don't know how much customs will be applied. So by the time the product shows up, the Aramex guy will say, now you suddenly owe customs worth 1,600 rupees on a 2,000 rupee product. And then you're like, oh my God, this just cost me two times what I figured it would cost me, right? But in Amazon, it's just one price. You order something that's not available in India, they will tell you it's going to take 15 days to come, but they'll charge you one price, which is, whatever the price is, and everything is included. They'll figure out the customs at their end. I'm sure they make a profit and everything. It doesn't matter. You give one price, they give you a date, the product is yours on that date, right? So customer behavior, and then figuring out what is customer behavior. They've got this algorithm to figure out customer behavior, which basically means if you go out to search for kitchen fittings or bathroom fittings or something like that, what will typically happen is you will see other recommendations coming side by side. So they figured out if a customer wants one item like this, another item like this, then they're typically moving into a new house or something like that. And then they'll keep recommending to you the things. If you ever search for a 50 centimeter long or 50 centimeter wide bathroom stand, the algorithm understands what the dimensions of your bathroom are likely to be, and they're going to start showing you allied products which could not be bathroom stands, which would be other products that will fit into your house within the same size range and things like that, within the same price range and things like that. Once you get into surfing Amazon, by the way, it is much more addictive than surfing YouTube or playing video games or something. Amazon algorithm is super addictive, okay? So depending on which one of your spouses is more the shopping person, whether it's the husband or the wife, don't let them get started on surfing the Amazon algorithm, because what's going to happen is this thing is addictive. It's just gonna, you can just spend hours on it and end up spending 10,000, 5,000 rupees a day. Okay, so customer behavior, and that's how the algorithm is learning what to stock, what not to stock. It's gotten so much better in India today that if you order something at 12 o'clock noon time, you're likely to get your delivery at 3 o'clock for many, many products. Yeah, why? Because they've learned what is it that customers in every area need, and the nearby fulfillment centers actually stocking these products ahead of time. So even before they get the orders, they've got a local stockist who's actually stocking all of this. This is like a mega mall. This is like your chemist store or grocery store or hardware store on steroids. Yeah. So this is how this business line works. Okay. Again, this is your secret. This is where you want to focus on, and these are the 3 principles that you want to focus on. Okay. If you didn't know them, then these are the secrets. Now, how does a depth-based product portfolio work? How does a depth-based product portfolio work? Something like a gym or something like a financial service. What does a financial service do, like a bank or something? They will take your money, keep your money, pay you interest on it. Okay, then you have surplus. You will get a call from them saying we can invest this money for you. You'll get probably better returns or something. We'll probably charge some commission from those returns or something like that, which is your mutual fund advisors. Hey, you've had a relationship with us for 10 years. Do you want a home loan or something? Just apply, we'll give you a home loan. Again, these are all different companies, because by law, a bank cannot sell mutual funds, and by law a bank cannot be a home loan company together. So then they have to create separate companies. So you have ICICI Housing is separate from ICICI Bank, is separate from ICICI Mutual Funds, but they all work under the same umbrella. Okay, and they are all providing you financial stability, security, whatever it is, different tools and different products to help you get more and more financially stable over time. If you need a home loan, they'll be happy to give you a home loan based on your qualifying criteria and everything. Okay, so that is an example of a depth-based product portfolio. What are the secrets? What are the secrets? Let me read from my notes again. So the secrets are, the number one is motivation, the second is movement, and the third is, I will write tribe building, or you can say community building. Okay, motivation, movement, and tribe building, or you can say community building. Now what is this? The first is, nobody uses these products unless they are sufficiently motivated. Okay, nobody wakes up in the morning and goes to the internet and searches for the best investment tools of 2021. Okay, so somebody has to actually call you, somebody has to interface with you and motivate you or market to you the importance of doing that. Hey sir, you have X amount of money in a bank. I see that you have maintained an average quarterly balance of 5 lakh rupees. Why don't you transfer it over to an FD? Why don't we help you, get it into mutual funds? You'll probably, make more money than you're making on the 2%, 3% interest rate in the bank, or whatever it is. Okay, the customer has to be motivated externally. In a gym, even if you do have a membership, 85% of gym membership owners never go to the gym regularly. They have to be sufficiently motivated to do that. Okay, so they need to have some sort of motivation built in to constantly get customers to use their products. Okay, the second thing is, because they have a depth-based portfolio, they have to help the customer move among the different products. Okay, they have to help the customer move among the different products. The only employees today that sit in a bank branch are the ones who are the salespeople, who are basically helping customers move through their product portfolio, and in return the customer is using more and more of their products. Okay, same with the gym. You will always see somebody, saying, hey, you're already doing this, why don't you do that as well? Why don't you, you're already taking personal training, why don't you take the diet plan as well? You're already taking the diet plan, why don't you use the supplements as well? Okay, so they are constantly moving you through their product portfolio. Okay, unlike a chemist is not frightfully interested in moving you through the product portfolio, because they know they are the go-to place. If you ever get a thought like that in your head, you're going to come straight to them. Similarly, Amazon, you'll never see Amazon giving you an ad saying use my products. Yeah, because they know that you're going to come anyway. Okay, and the third thing is tribe building. The sense of belonging has to be built, because becoming financially secure is not just a 2-day job or one transaction job. Becoming financially secure is something that takes 10 years, 20 years. Becoming healthy is something that takes 10 years, 20 years, right? If you have any kind of skill building, you will see music classes, or you have these yoga ashrams coming up, a lot. So they will have a lot of online stuff. They will have a Facebook group. They will have, their live classes. If you live locally, you can actually come and subscribe for the classes 1 month, 2 months, 3 months at a time. They will have 2 or 3 different products, and then they will have a lot of motivation built in. They will be constantly motivating you to be a part of the challenges, to be a part of the community, to have a group, to be part of the group and things like that. Okay, so again, in the StartupFrat program, we have different products, and one way we keep everybody motivated is by providing a lot of free value in the Facebook group, like I'm providing to you. Hey, by the way, if you are finding a lot of value in this particular video, can you just help me out and put some comments in there? And in return, what you also get is, the more comments you put, or the more number of times you interact with these videos, Facebook will keep showing future trainings to you. Otherwise, they will stop showing the trainings, because there are 20,000 plus people in the group now, and the organic reach of this particular training is probably only about 2,000 to 3,000 people. So if you want to stay plugged in, make sure you put a comment, and if you want to help me out and give me a little bit of encouragement, then put a nice comment. Yeah. Okay. Now, what is the little secret that you have over here? What is the little secret you have over here? The secret you have over here is efficacy or results, which means, or results. Okay, what is efficacy? Which basically means you can basically, the way you promote and what is the guarantee that people are actually getting those results. Like I mentioned, about 85% of people who buy a gym membership never actually go to the gym at all. So how well-oiled your business is that once people buy a membership, you suck them and you make sure that they come to the gym and they do get the benefits, because if they don't get the benefits, if they don't attend the gym, they're not going to get the benefits. If they don't get the benefits, they're not going to buy any of your other products, right? So what is the efficacy in, in online, the online world, we call it product and audience match, yeah, product market match. So what is that? Which basically means, what are you projecting to the people? How much is the effort required? Are you making that clear to the people that just buying the gym membership is not going to get them the results? And how are you making sure that once they buy the membership, they keep attending the sessions, they keep showing up so that they do get some of the benefits, right? So what is the efficacy in getting the results? How efficient is your system? Even though you may be making money on the front end, getting people to come and pay to you, how efficient are you in making sure that they stay with the program, they get the results, so they come and buy more products, right? Hopefully they want to up and up the physical game, which means the next they want to do a marathon, they want to be able to do some swimming, they want to learn some new kind of sport or something like that. Okay, that's what keeps them coming and keep kind of buying more and more of your products. Similarly, for example, I'll just give you a real life scenario. I'd invested some money with in certain mutual funds with one of the banks, and then the moment, and for the last 2 years I was cribbing saying, the returns are not good, I can see it. And it was a locked in fund, which basically means the moment it became 3 years, I could probably withdraw the funds. Before that, I could not withdraw the funds. So it was a 3-year lock-in. Now, the moment the 3-year window came up, for some reason, the market went up, a lot of it because of US dollar printing, etc., that I've spoken about in the previous video, and the fund suddenly went up by 15%. Okay, so as soon as my encashment window opened up, which means I have the freedom to encash, the thing goes up 15%. Okay, and I immediately get a call from my RM saying, so the fund has become 15%, the fund has grown 15%, which means you made X amount of rupees on X lakh of rupees. What I would recommend is, while the going is good, would you want to reinvest? And so what they're trying to do is, immediately they're saying, hey, I got you this result, buy my next product, or reinvest with this same fund, or let's move it into another fund where you probably get the similar returns in the next 3 years as well. Okay, so their main goal should be, and the main goal of your business should be, to keep getting the results for your customers, and not only getting the results, publicize the results to the rest of the community. So if they're not plugged in, they want to start attending the gym, they also want to get the results, and then you want to keep rolling it so that the motivation lasts and it also carries on to the other newer customers and things like that. Okay, so efficacy and results of a depth-based business is very high. Now, if you do it very, very well, you could have a profit margin of 40% over here. 40% profit margin. If you don't do it well, you will lose your money, because community building and tribe building is not an easy exercise. Over here, you don't need to do any tribe building or anything. It's a simpler business, but the the profit margins are 15%, very, very highly prone to competition, because, you just go out and see how many chemist stores are there in your area. Just see how many kirana stores are there in your area. There'll be like, many different kirana stores, many different chemist stores, right? So competition is very high, but the revenue is pretty much, revenue flows in, the footfall is there. But if you don't understand customer behavior, you will go out of business. In this particular type of business, if you don't provide the efficacy or results, you will go out of business. Okay, so if you like this training and you'd like to know more examples about how we are helping our community build out these product portfolios for themselves, and what are the different results that they are getting, then head over to a masterclass which is called startupfrat.club/product. startupfrat.club/product. It's a free masterclass. You will get value of at least 15,000 rupees just watching that masterclass. We've got lots of customer studies of how the StartupFrat team has been helping community members to create products, product lines for themselves, etc. And you will probably also be offered a promo of the month that we are running this month. Okay, so just head over to startupfrat.club/product and check out the masterclass. It lasts for 45 minutes. Make sure you log in only if you have the 45 minutes. Now, if you would like to meet me live and ask me questions and everything, I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live. I'm thinking probably tomorrow or maybe the day after at 7:30. So just comment to me in what time you would prefer. I can do it at 5 o'clock. I can do it at 7:30. for the next 2 days, and just let me know which day you would prefer it to be. You'd want it to be Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, and I'll probably do a Facebook Live. Just like to know if you want to meet me live, ask me questions, have me answer your questions on a live video. Just let me know in the comments what day of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, and what time slot, 5 o'clock, 7:30, or maybe 9 p.m. I can also do 9 p.m. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.